Hey y'all, wanna play Zelda? I am very excited. I have spent the past week adding an NES RGB mod to my NES console. Me and this Nintendo have been through some stuff. This is kinda sorta my childhood console. My cousin Leslie had this when I was a kid, so we always played it when we went over to Leslie's house. And years later, she and my aunt and uncle kinda gifted it to me. It's one of my most prized possessions. And I really wanted to stream games from it. The Nintendo cannot stream video games out of the box. You can't run the video output through a video upscaler until you do an NES RGB mod. And now I've got it running through the RetroTink to my Elgato, and we can play games on it. I knew that was going to be a hard project. I'm kind of an intermediate solderer. I made many mistakes and slowly had to dig my way out of each of the mistakes I made. I think I learned a lot, so that was good. Hit me up if you're going to do it and you want some advice. This is Zelda. I've played a bunch of Zelda games. I believe I've played The Legend of Zelda only once. I beat it. This is still going to be kind of an exploratory kind of playthrough. I'm not, a speedrunner as usual. And we'll see how it goes. I'm wearing my Zelda t-shirt that I got for pre-ordering The Wind Waker for GameCube when I was a lad. It still kinda sorta fits. For a series renowned for its music, this game has a grand total of 3 songs in it. We can peek at the treasures. A lot of the translations are different in this original game, like rupee, R-U-P-Y, instead of R-U-P-E-E. We got a sword, a white sword, and a magical sword, but no master sword. Oh yeah, this game has some oddities in it. The recorder, our first instrument in a Zelda game. The Book of Magic, which in Japan was just Bible. You could find a Bible. Please look up the manual for details. Actually, we're going to do something like that. I have skimmed through the manual. This is the era when the manuals were kind of like a light strategy guide, as almost like copy protection on the games. And if you bought the full box game and didn't get it secondhand, you also got a huge fold-out map with it. So I've got that map downloaded and we are going to take notes on it, but first I want to see the story when it scrolls past. Many years ago, Prince Darkness Ganon stole one of the Triforce with power. Princess Zelda had one of the Triforce with wisdom. She divided it into 8 units to hide it from Ganon before she was captured. Go find the 8 units, Link, to save her. Alright. Before we get to registering our name, we need to do elimination mode. I was testing the save capability. Saving on this cartridge is very odd, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that the battery holds out, because I did not replace the battery on this cartridge. I think somebody who owned it before me did. This is not my childhood copy of Zelda. We did not have this game when I was a kid. And the save system in this game is very odd. I find it very confusing. The options don't tell you exactly what they're going to do. And there's normally to save, you have to die first. But if you have a second controller, which I have, you can pull up a special menu by hitting a button combination on the second controller. Those options are confusing, so we're going to see what we can do. If I totally bodge this up and lose my game save, I can replay off stream up to the point that we were at. But, if that happens, that might be the end of this stream. Also, this NES is not super tested with the new mod. It's a little shaky, so if the NES goes out, I will also replay off stream back to where we were. The stream might end early. I have not extensively tested this console yet. I just kind of spot checked it with some games earlier. So we need to go to elimination mode to take off that test save I had. And hit select to switch down to eliminate. Okay, now we're registering. So. You're going to be Erik. That's me. Erik, he's a 0. 3 hearts. Look at Link. Obviously, according to the original game, Link is a little chubby boy with brown hair and enormous ears. He looks like a hobbit. Here we go. Oh, I said I was going to pull up the map. That's the menu. Okay, hitting select actually pauses the game and stops the music. Hitting the start button pulls up the menu. But let's look at the map. Let me up. You see that all right? There we go. So this is the fold-out map that came with the game. It has hints all around the borders of it here. The nasty characters Link bumps into in the overworld, including not Zora, but Zola, Armos, Malblin. There are little tips. You can blow up rocks. You can roast bushes. Here's the same list of items that we saw there, with different translations for a few things. In the start menu, it refers to the instrument as a recorder, and here it's just the whistle, which, you know, a recorder is a kind of whistle. Here are some old people who can help us. Stay out of the expensive stores. You can really set yourself up for success in this game if you take your time in between dungeons and collect many, many, many rupees and buy yourself the right equipment before you go in. And let's get this map centered. So, start at the bottom here. This is how I'm going to take notes on the game. Red, fine, sure. Here's our start. And you can see that it's got the first 4 dungeons marked off for you. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and some question marks on a few screens that are strongly hinting at you that you should do something. We've got the Lost Hills off to the northeast, and the Lost Woods off to the southwest. So first, I think we're just going to start on these first couple of screens and kind of go in a little square pattern and just explore these screens and see what's going on. So, what have we got? 3 hearts, 0 rupees, no keys, no bombs. I have a shield with a little cross on it, which, speaking of the Bible, that looks like a little Bible to me. Those are like the proportions of it. It's like it's curved at the left, like it's got a soft leather spine, and then square at the bottom right, like it's cut sheets of paper. Inventory, use B button for this. Alright, so first doorway. We go. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. So the menu's just called this the sword. It's brown, so I'm assuming it's like a wood sword, right? I do not know why you can shoot sword laser beams in this game. That is never explained. They never really like talk about it or reference it. I guess Link is just inherently a little bit magical. Alright, so you're gonna be careful. Ah! Smack these guys. Oh, a fairy. Right when we don't need it in any way. These rocks look so funny. I have heard people say these look like squirrels, jello molds, snails. Alright, so this is a 1 rupee piece. They don't have room for another shade of green in the palette, I guess, is why they have it blank blue and yellow. I guess that's supposed to be kind of like green is in between those. Of course, now I've talked and missed it. Buy something, will ya? Alright, so this is our first merchant. These look expensive to me. I don't really remember how expensive stuff is supposed to be. But a shield for 100. I'm not generally going to buy keys because we will find keys in dungeons, but we do want the magic shield and we do want the candle. Let's see. This guy has shield for 160 and candle for 60. All right. I have made a note of that on my map with my amazing MS Paint handwriting. Oh, yes. All right, so I'm not sure if I want to save up for any of those yet. Oh, there's a 5. Blue rupees are 5. I believe that the Octoroks shoot mundane bullets, so we can block them with the regular shield. The regular shield can block like rocks and sticks and stuff. Arrows, I think? Spears? Thrown spears? You need the magic shield that that guy was selling to block magic attacks, which are, you know, like little glowy balls and stuff. I'm not sure if you can push any of these rocks out in the wilderness. I know we're going to have lots of bombable surfaces once we get bombs. Alright, right above the start screen. Go. Can't burn any bushes yet, so... There we go, there's a little bit. Oh, now see, this early, you don't want to hit these guys while they're up on the rocks, because if it's out of sword reach, you cannot pick up the things they drop. Later on when we get the boomerang, you can like grab stuff, but if they're like way up in that rocky formation, you can't get the stuff they drop, which is so good. That's 5. So I think we can only have one laser sword on screen at a time. Yeah. Okay, those, yeah, we can't block those. And I can't reach the Zora. Got my heart's back. Ah! This is dangerous. Let's move on. Ah! Oh! I didn't even talk about difficulty. This game is hard. That's death number 1. Especially at first. Alright, so we are going to continue. I think that's the option we want. I think that that does save your progress. It's like kind of like a save and continue. You guys are cheap. I guess the blue ones drop better rupees. Ugh. Seems like a risky way to try to earn money. Going back right. See, I think this channel to the right has these jumping spiders. I think that's going to be our best place to kind of grind for rupees here to start out with. Not 5, not 1. So, I think, you know, besides grinding for rupees, that rupee. I think besides grinding for rupees, my goal right now is going to be finding a second merchant, because we never want to buy anything from the first merchant we come across. We want to, like, look for another one, at least compete the prices between 2 merchants. The little stopwatch stops time for all the enemies, and it's also fun because you can pause the game and get Santa Link. There he is, Santa Link. Alright, 48. So the the cheapest thing we saw was 60, right? The candle is 60. Cheapest thing that I want to buy. Does the map have any hints for over this direction? Let's see. Oh, there's a question mark on that screen we went past a minute ago. No, it looks like we want to. And just keep heading east. And let's check out that door over there. There are a lot of things in this game that kill you if you try to work in a straight line. Where it's better if you try to move, like, not diagonally, because you can't move diagonally, but just, like, perpendicular to their path of travel. Oh, okay, so you can block if you're standing still, but if you're moving, maybe not moving, maybe just if you're attacking, you cannot block. Ooh. Yeah, I was attacking when he shot me that time. Oh man, like one reckless screen, you let your guard down. Get messed up. Okay, so before I die, let's at least see what's down in this cave. Buy something, will ya? Oh boy, that beeping's gonna get annoying. Go ahead and pause that. Alright, so we got a magic shield for 130 here. That is already much better. Bombs, but I don't want to buy bombs because we'll find those from enemies. And arrows, which you have to buy one set of arrows in the game. And then every time you shoot an arrow, it uses 1 rupee. This is a system that makes 0 sense, but that is how the game works. Let's see, shield 130, arrows 80. It is this merchant over here. It's 80. How we are going to play the game. So, and look back the other shield. The other shield was 160, right? Yeah, shield 160. And something I've already forgotten and cannot read, 60. Candle. Candle. Yeah, I think a magic shield might be a good first thing to go for. Maybe we want the magic shield first. Alright, stop the beeping anyway. Let's go back left and keep exploring. Oh, that lag. Don't worry, I'll be dead momentarily. Yeah. You know, really, for an original Nintendo game, this one is pretty generous with deaths. Like, the fact that you keep all your rupees, like, amazing. Kinda means you can just, like, keep making runs. It's like a Dark Souls runner, you know? You just try your best, get as far as you can, earn a little bit, die, try again. You always get hearts when you don't need them. The other thing that makes this game hard to navigate is that there are tons of screens that are just, like, totally repeated, like, copy-paste out of the same place in memory. Oh, that's a blue one. 5. There was a good block. Okay. Too many enemies. Get me out of here. Also, my sword's weak, so it just takes multiple swings to kill a lot of these guys. Of course, The fact that some little kid just got handed a sword from an old guy and is immediately killing orcs with it is also a little bit Hobbit-y. Don't have full hearts, so I can't attack those guys over there. I said thrown spears, but even though those guys don't seem to have bows, I guess those are arrows? Oh, I turned just in time. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I really want to be able to block the Sora's attacks because my instincts keep telling me to like turn my shield to it, and then I remember too late that actually I need to dodge all of it. Those flying plants are called pea hats, and they're annoying because you can only attack them when they come to rest, but they do damage to you when they're in the air. Not even with like a bow and arrow, like nothing hurts them when they're in the air. Oh no! Oh no! See, I was gonna run straight at it. Hit it with my shield. Alright, well that was good. This is still going okay. This is what the early parts of the game are like. Let's see, are there any question marks that we think we can investigate? I guess there are some caves we could go to. There's this cave off to the east that we didn't check out, so maybe we should try that next. I'm generally feeling like the east is a little easier than the west. We haven't explored very far west yet. Now let's make another run to the east. And then we will, actually we'll go north one screen and then run east, just below this small rectangular lake. And then kind of through these bushy hedgerows and check out this one cave over there. That will give us an objective anyway. We will get to a dungeon at some point, I promise. I go slow. I think old difficult games are less frustrating to me. Really like, take your time and build up your resources. Set yourself up for success rather than like trying over and over again and relying on skill. Blue, grab it. Alright, this game is now a cover-based shooter. I'm crouching behind chest-high hedgerows, shooting people. So, now I could wow! Oh no, I started talking. I could have shot those moblins off to the east, but I couldn't have gotten the stuff that they have because I don't have the boomerang yet. Hey! It does not feel fair that a little pudgy kid can block arrows, and the moblins cannot block my magic laser sword. that's what you don't want. You don't want them on both sides of you. Bombs! Oh! We just got bombs for the first time. That is kind of a big deal. Those are very important in dungeons in this game. I'm gonna die, but I don't even care now. Alright, let's at least get into this cave to see what's in here. Buy something, will ya? Okay, stop the beeping. This is another one. This is an expensive merchant. He's got the same thing as the other guy. Guild 60. Even though just around the corner there's a merchant that sells the shield for 130 instead. Huh. Alright, well, I'm probably going to die now, so... Good. We accomplished something. Got some info. Hey. I'd almost rather die than listen to the beeping some more. Okay, there we go. So each of these times that we continue, I'm not sure if it's actually saving the game or not. I don't know. If I turned off the console right now, I don't know if I could come back. Let's go up, left, up. I mean, excuse me, right. Up, right, up. Check it out. Up again, see what's at that fountain. Then we'll come down and right and see what's in that cave. Right, up, right. Always go for the 5 first. 100. Let's get out of my way. Get out of my way, excuse me. Alright, so this is a screen that had a question mark, and I bet anything it's this rock. I don't think that these standalone boulders are bombable. I think that you have to get the strength item. I don't remember what it's called. There's a strength item that lets you move these rocks later. I think that'll be what the secret is on this screen. Yeah, so let's check up, and then we'll go down and right. Okay, good, a fairy fountain. Later, it's going to be important later when we have mini hearts to come back to fairy fountains to heal. So, maybe that seems obvious, but let's make a note of that. Fairy. Now we're gonna go down and right, check out that cave. Actually, can I switch off of bombs? Because I don't want to waste it. I'm accidentally going to hit B at some point. I don't have any other item to put it on. Power bracelet, that's it. Thank you, Movelandrone. I think that's the one that looks like a croissant. There are multiple items in this game that look like a croissant. One of them is the boomerang, but I think the power bracelet looks even more like a croissant than the boomerang does. Oh, that is useful for these guys. Oh no, I've done it! I embedded one in the wall. Can't get it. Alright. Oh, this is good. This is another cheap merchant. So this one is like the other one. So this guy's got field 130. Arrows E. Very good. It's a blue croissant. Oh yeah. Yeah, the dungeons have like funny shapes to them that like are like little like itty bitty 8x8 pixel art of like animals and stuff. Boy, there are a lot of moblins here. Alright, so at this point, I think I'm just going for 130 rupees, and I'm going to try to get the magic shield. Yeah, we'll get there. Oh, that's a blue. Give me that. Alright. 13 to go. I was gonna head towards this cheap merchant over here, but I might not make it. Ah, he came at me from the side. Alright, I'll head back that way. That's a good one. Oh, come on, get in there. Link. Aw. Love when they line up for you. You gotta, like, run through that little narrow corridor to get past the lever before it comes up out of the sand. Hey, I like the magical shield because my instinct is to block every projectile that's coming at me. And if I don't have the magical shield, then I get hit with magic balls a lot. What else could I get? What else would be good to have going into the first dungeon? I mean, I like having the... Oh yeah, you should avoid like-likes. No, man, just don't get F by like-likes. Well, and hopefully we won't see like-likes for a long time yet. $133, alright. Yeah, it's the dark nuts that get to me, but... Stop on this screen? Act 2, okay. This one. Bomb here. Oh. Look at that. Alright. This heart's for you, Movalanderone. 4 hearts. Haven't even done a dungeon yet. Alright, well that'll improve my survivability to get over to the merchant. Nope, nope! I'm like worse at it when I'm just trying to run through than I am when I'm trying to like creep through and kill everything. Alright, so is that merchant off to the east closer? No, the one that's upright, upright, upright. Probably closer. And we can keep collecting rupees because I think that your maximum is... Darn it. Is 255. True programming fashion. All the memory they had to spare you. That's a... I think that's an unsigned short, is 0 to 255. Right 1, up 5, right 4. From start. Right 1, up 5, right 4, giant rock. Oh, okay, I see that question mark. Oh, I was playing Frogger there for a second. Okay, so this is the problem with getting your first heart piece, is now we start with 3 hearts, which is not maximum, so we don't have shooty swords yet. Aw, thank you for the follow. Yeah. I don't have any cute animations set up or anything, I am not that professional, but I do see it in the chat. Alright, we can just run through that screen. Oh, that's a dangerous one. Okay, you said bomb here? We did have a question mark on the screen on the map. I assume it's somewhere on this rock. Alright. I'm gonna be rolling in hit points. So let's note that we did that so I don't come back later. Oop, got that. That's good. And I never bought the shield. Okay, so let's go back. Left, down, left, down. Right one, up one. What are these secrets you're telling me? That's off the dang map. Here? Okay, right two. Look at those bombs. Yeah, it's like impossible. Alright, so from this corner of the lake. From Giant Rock. Right one. Up one, right two. Okay. Here? The right of the Greenwood Ninja woke up. Oh, what is this nonsense? I've never seen this before. This isn't a dungeon, is it? Okay, now, how much is this rupee worth? Because I might want to go spend my 130 left. If it's... I guess it wouldn't be more than 100. Oh my... Alright, well, I can buy everything now. Now see, how do you know to do that? How did any kid back in the day know to do that, aside from Nintendo Power Magazine? And more. Like if you go back to them? I don't think I want to play a money-making game, not when I'm this rich already. Ah! Oh, no, 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 no. I know what you're telling me to get. I know what you're telling me to get. I'm not getting that yet. That'd make the game too easy. Oh my lord. Don't get those. Yeah, I'm too close to maximum right now. I believe this is an expensive merchant. Yeah, that's an expensive merchant. Okay, down, right, right. No! Yeah, we're gonna see it again. So wait a second, I'm lost. The corner of the lake. Okay, good, yeah. Up, up. This is kind of a decent route to go. Fill up on hearts when you respawn. Right 1, up 5, left 2, up 2, right 3, up 1. Right 1, 5, left 2. No, this is too much. Too many hints. Too many hints. I don't want to get too powerful. I want the challenge. Alright, give me this magic shield. I am going to go do the first dungeon. Oh, don't say sorry. You're good. You're good. Some hints are good. I don't have no spoilers up or anything. I've played this game before. Let me double check where the dungeon is. It's the one that's on an island in the lake, so I'm going to go like down, left, up, up, left, left. Oh, one lone Octorok. Alright, here we go. The dungeons do not have themes in this game. We just got level 1. This is our second song of 3. I'm not going to take too many notes in dungeons. Not until we get to the last one. The last dungeon is like a super mega dungeon. But I am going to look at the map pretty frequently. And I didn't even comment. Here's our magic shield. It's like kind of a full shield shape, like rounded on the bottom. It doesn't look like a Bible anymore. Geese. 1 key. I've got bombs. At some point, we're going to try to bomb these walls, but not yet, 'cause we still got places to go. There you go. There you go. You gotta be like a cryptic hint giver in an old video game. You gotta be like a creepy old man in the woods. Alright, I can see that stuff has had a key. Okay, so we could use a key to proceed, but a lot of times you can kind of work around it with bombs and end up dungeons with extra keys, which is useful for later. Nope. I'm not going to bomb the south wall, because that's like the edge of the dungeon. I'm going to try bombing the right wall. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have many keys. I'm going to prioritize keeping keys, so I'm going to try and bomb over here, too, before we open the locked door. Oh, all my bombs. All right. One key. This door's just open, so we'll go here first. Alright, now a lot of times when there's single blocks in these rooms in the dungeon, you can push them, open things. But apparently not here. Man, I need a ranged weapon. I'm like trying to keep my distance. Okay, that's good. So we got a locked door. I don't know if I want to use more bombs, because now I'm running low. No, we're going to hold on to bombs for now. An early exit guarantees safety not. I do... Oh, there's the compass. I do try to explore the dungeons really thoroughly, because I know that basically each one has, like, an optional item that is, like, super useful for you to, like, stick with the dungeon and keep exploring it until you find it. So, like, that tells us where the boss is, but we don't need to go straight to it or anything. Alright, tell me a fun Easter egg. Fun Easter eggs are good. Nothing there. Alright, so do I key or bomb? With the first locked door in this dungeon, you can actually leave the dungeon, come back in, and it'll be unlocked. Okay. Okay. Nope. Nope, I would not have tried that. I wouldn't have known that. Oh, they're little blobs. These things and the ones that are big ones that break into the small ones always remind me of slimes from Dragon Quest. There we go, there's our first puzzle. Yeah, that falls into the category of, like, glitch or feature? Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. Peninsula misspelled with too many N's. Yeah, pushing blocks is a puzzle. This is NES levels of puzzle, right? Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. I'm guessing that's going to be something about the map in this dungeon, maybe? There's the map. Alright, so now we can compare the yellow map, which is where we've actually been, with the blue map, which is theoretically all rooms, though I know they lie later on. So maybe Eastmost Peninsula is this, like, arm that's off to the left that we know now because we have the compass has the boss at the end of it. That means I want to go, like, up and... My camera's reversed. That way, slightly, up into the head of this thing. Yes, that map. This map. This is the one that came in the box game. No, I don't have it physically. I have the game physically. Like, the gold cart is in my NES right now, but I don't have the original map, and I don't have the original manual. I just, like, pull up PDFs of them. I started too late in life to try to go back and get all the boxes, and it gets like really expensive real fast. So I decided, because I know I'm an obsessive collector, that for all of the cartridge-based systems, I would just get cartridges and I wouldn't try to worry about like getting all the boxes and stuff. Oh, what are these guys called? They're not moblins, they're something else. That was actually a good time to get a stopwatch, because I'm not doing great on health. Aha! Ha! Okay. Now we're in business. I need to not die. Oh, there it is. Alright. We got the bow. No one can take it away. However, we cannot use it because we don't have any arrows. So, like, I can... Oh no, I can't even switch to the bow. I'm like hitting the right button. I cannot equip it. We have to go purchase arrows. Okay, so that's good. As far as I know, that is the optional item in this dungeon. We may get something else along the way. This screen always looks like NSU to me, which I guess stands for, like, Nintendo State University. Okay, so we've been everywhere else except the Eastmost Peninsula, right? Yeah, okay. For the early dungeons, the map doesn't lie to you. For the later dungeons, they are mean. Oh, thank goodness. Oh no, it says Stream Elements timed you out. I don't know why it timed you out. Or that's just an error message. I don't know. Boomerang. This is what I want. Alright, so this is the first item in the game that looks like a croissant. This one looks slightly less like a croissant. But at least it's infinite. We have a ranged attack. I can keep using it. And I can equip something so that, like, if I hit the B button on the darn controller, it's not going to screw me over the way it would if I dropped a bomb. Are any of these blocks pushable? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I walked right into it. I walked right into it. That was it. We were like at the end of the dungeon. Alright, so... there's a thing we can do here to get back up to 3 hearts, which is we can access... Please stop beeping. We can access the special save menu. So I've got 2 controllers. I've got player 1 and player 2. So, not totally familiar with this, but if you hit start on the player 1 controller and then up and A at the same time on the player 2 controller, you get this special menu. And then you can hit start to continue. There we go. And it acts like you fully died rather than just being grabbed by one of the hand dudes. And you start back with 3 hearts. And I've got a boomerang. Oh, it like aggressively blocked you for posting a link. That's what it was. Yeah, man, 120 seconds is forever, too. I should probably turn that thing down to be a little less aggressive. I think it's just, like, on most of the default settings right now. Okay, so how did we... Wait, I got through here before. You go left 2 screens and then up? Not a shortcut here, is there? Oh, that's not bombs. That's the boomerang now. Yeah. Sometimes my instincts for where there are shortcuts are right. Oh yeah, and I've got the boomerang. I need to be using it. You can, like, stun them. I've got to get into the rhythm of, like, boomerang, sword, boomerang, sword. Nope. Oh man, can I farm rupees off these guys? That's great. Hearts? No! Oh! Well, it was going to be great. Okay, I opened up a shortcut, so that's good. Alright, we're close to the end. Let's see if I can just not fight as much stuff and just make a run on this boss. Though I only have 3 hearts. Oh, it's so much easier to kill Keith this way. Okay, stay away from the walls. They only come when I'm at the walls. Oh, that's what I need. Alright, we're good. Let's go fight this boss. Let's go now. I got 5 hearts. Oh, it's the cute dragon. He's got a unicorn horn. He's kind of tubby. Hit his head? Is that what? There we go. Alright. That's 1 boss in the bag. Next boss. 6 hearts. Holy crap. Give me this Triforce piece. Alright, that's 1 dungeon down. What have we got? We got a piece of Triforce. We got a short-range boomerang. I guess we got bombs before the dungeon. We have a bow but no arrows. And we've got 152 rupees. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is go buy arrows. I don't use the bow a ton, not when I have the boomerang. But I want to have arrows, you know? Where are we at? Level 1, we just got out. Let's check that off. Level 1, good. Arrows 80, candles 60. Okay, so 80 is the best price I've seen on arrows so far. However, that's from the guy who had the... No, that is the cheaper price on the shield, so maybe that's the cheaper price on the arrows too. That's not too bad. Let's go buy arrows. Let's go right, down, down, right, up, right. Now I can stun these guys into immobility. Now I can collect things from across the map. Right? Oh, the pea hats. No, get me out of here. Up. Alright. We got a magic shield, we got bombs. Let's get arrows. Oh, I was gonna equip the bow to see them click in, but you can't, so... Alright. Target practice in this cave. That's what it looks like. You saw my rupees go down by 1. Plunk. Alright. So... we got shield and arrows. We're not that far from the start of the second dungeon. We can do that, or we could explore off to the west. No, you know what? We're full hearts. I've got a bunch of new equipment. Let's just go ahead and try the second dungeon. So we're going to go right, down, right, up, left, up. Not easy to remember. Right, down, right, up, left. Right, down. Right. No, I was swinging my sword at the wrong time. Hey, bombs or something I need. Now I think I'm going up, left, up. Good. No, I immediately lost it. That is so on brand. Okay. Up. Left. Oh man, right before the dungeon. Hey, bombs. Oh no, I'm maxed out at 8. 8 is all the bombs I'm allowed to carry. Oh no, I forgot about those guys. Oh, I totally forgot about those guys. Don't touch statues, kids. Alright. Wow, the color scheme in this dungeon. That is very like a 80s arcade. Look, in the webcam you can see the blue glow on my face. Alright. Dungeon number 2. I'm back down to 0 keys. I did not get out of Dungeon 1 with any spares. 4 hearts. You guys are like slow until they see you. Right in line with them. Okay, that's pretty dope. Alright, so we got locked door to the right. Let's try all the open doors first. Ah. There's too many of them, man. Push you? Can I push you? Nothing pushable. Man. Gotta not be losing health to those guys. Alright, so I've got 2 keys. A lot of walls that look pretty bombable to me. Oh, the boomerang just outright kills these guys. Gotta practice my boomerang skills. Okay, so clearly we're eventually going up, since the red dot under level 2 down there is way up and left. Wait. Now, another door up over here? Yes. Need to isolate these guys, stun them with the boomerang, and take them out one at a time. Ugh, that's dangerous. There's a heart. Nope. Oh. Oh yeah, sometimes if there's a group of enemies, like one of them will secretly be flagged as a leader, and if you kill them, the others like spontaneously combust. I actually did not need those bombs anyway, because I'm at max. I want to see what's behind this door. I know it's my last key. Map. Oh, that is going to be so helpful with bombing things. Alright. So it doesn't look like I've missed anything that I can bomb my way into yet. Let's go left up. Nope, I did that. Alright. Oh, this is kind of an interesting technology point on the NES's sound channels. It only had so many sound channels in the synth, and the beeping takes up one sound channel, so if you listen to the music is simpler right now. Like, one of the threads of a particular instrument sound in the music has to go silent to make room for the beeping heart sound. But when you go into the menu and the beeping heart sound stops, that channel of music comes back in. Ugh, this room is dangerous. Oh, I am gonna die. I forgot I'm low on hearts. Yep. Alright, well, I probably want to try to go back there, fight those two. So let's see, I've got 3 hearts. How far am I from a fairy fountain if I wanted to divert? Like super duper far, but far enough? Probably don't want to try to backtrack to it. We'll try again. At some point here we'll start getting potions. And I can really, like, equip up before going into a dungeon. That should help my survivability. Oh, that was good. Alright, we got some lucky hearts in that room, so let's go. There's so many of them when they're charging you, you like don't have time to throw your boomerang enough times to hit all of them. I'm about to fight a bunch of you guys anyway. Just pass on this route. Okay, that's good on hearts. Alright, it's this next room where I died last time. I guess I could try something more serious, like I could try bombing them. Or the bow and arrow. No, I'd rather stop them in their tracks. You can juggle more of them better if you stun them. Because with the bow and arrow, like, you're doing direct damage every time. But they're gonna, like, keep moving the whole time, you know? There we go! There we go! That is the good boomerang. Okay, the boomerang was beige, and now it's blue. So the beige one only goes like half the screen and then comes back, but the blue one can travel across the whole screen. I think this might be the optional item for this dungeon, but I'm not sure. There may be another one. That makes this run worth it. Look at that. I don't think the boomerang does anything to this guy. Good. We want to check to the right. Sometimes when they give you bombs, they're trying to hint that you should use bombs. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to waste a key. Just keep going up for a minute. Oh. The doggo dislikes smoke. You know what I just noticed? In your menu, the bomb has a little fuse on it, but in the bomb heads up display, which is at the bottom of the screen right now, there's no fuse. It looks like it's just a blue orb. You should get a blue explosive sphere. Alright, so I still don't want to go through the locked door, but I think I can go, like, down, left, up, and avoid having to unlock it. Oh, and we want to save bombs. Move off of it. Okay, so this looks like we're gonna have to beat everything in the room. There we go. Good. I like that positioning. Alright, very good. Oh, you can hear the boss up there. Alright, so as far as I know, I've hit every room in the dungeon so far. I can hear that the boss is in the next room, and then the Triforce is in the room after that. And we know Dodongo doesn't like smoke. Come on, buddy. Bloop! Bloop! Okay, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Awesome. Hey, Saria, stay right there. Okay, it is very important that we do this stream because it's the first Zelda stream. Hey, Saria. This is my dog. This is Saria. Hey, Saria. She is old and cranky and doesn't like you to touch her very much. She naps most of the time. She's been sleeping over here the entire time I've been playing it. She just got up to get some water. She has arthritis, diabetes. She's 14, but I had to make sure that Saria got a cameo in my Zelda stream. Then I will upload this to YouTube and she will be immortalized. Beloved old dog. Oh, Kodama's here. Hold on a second. Here's the junior dog. Let's get this camera. Hey, Kodama. How you doing, buddy? Boy? Hey, my boy. Hey, my boy. Good boy. He's usually too timid to come into this room. Alright, Sari's gonna lay down on the old bed. Kodama's gonna wander off. Just a couple of good dogs. So, Saria is named after a forest sage, so we thought we'd continue the theme and name Kodama after a different forest spirit from Princess Mononoke and Japanese folklore in general. Alright. That's 2 pieces of the Triforce. What did we get? We got the long boomerang. I'm not 100% sure that we got every optional thing in that dungeon, though. We only get the long boomerang? I feel like we may have missed something. I feel like we missed something. So I may or may not go back in. Let's see, what does this map say might have been in there? The sword, magic shield, wooden boomerang, magical boomerang, bow and wooden arrow we've got. The blue candle is for sale. I think most of the rest of the stuff is like much later in the game, generally. Items not on the list. Maybe we didn't. Maybe that's it for Dungeon 2. Let's do get off question mark and move on. So level 3 is off to the west of our starting area. But probably want to get a ferry on my way. So let's try going like a down, right. Actually, maybe we should get a candle. We've got some cash. Let's get a candle. We're going to go down, right, and purchase a candle. That's what we'll do next. Oh, and I said we want to visit a ferry on our way, but we kind of don't, because we're at full hearts. I do think now that we have the boomerang, we want to start checking these statues when we come across them. Because sometimes they're standing on top of secret passages. See, some of them are fast, and there's a certain timing to getting, like, you touch it, you step back, and then you hit it with the boomerang right at the exact moment you want to. Okay. What did I say? Down right, down right? Yep. Good. Always need. Alright, let's get the candle. Now we can burn bushes out in the overworld. And also light up dark rooms. Okay, now this may be a time. Let's see. Do we want to use the second player controller special menu to teleport back to the start of the game? Probably not, because I'm afraid I'd lose all my hearts because we're at like full health. I'm afraid I didn't pay attention, but that might start us back with 3 hearts again. I don't want to do that. Let's go left, down, and then basically left all the way, cross the bridge, left a couple more times, down into that cave. All right, let's go left, down, and then left until we cross the bridge. Oh, well, wait. That one bush is the only thing blocking us. We need to start torching suspicious bushes. I think I may have missed it. You've got to get the fire to like land on it, I think. That's like a shortcut. Everybody stay down there. Please don't take my hearts. Okay, what is this? Level 8! Level 8! Oh. Oh, hard pass on that. Level 8. Alright, well, we know where it is, I guess. Here we go. Level 8. Oh, lose that. Okay, yeah, the later levels are not on this map, and we just gotta find them. So if we stumble onto one like that, heck yeah, mark that on the map. But I might jump like 1 or 2 levels ahead in the sequence, but 8. Now we're kind of low on cash again, so I want to keep farming rupees. Oh. Hey. Whoa. Bink! I can block magic attacks. See, the Zoras, like, they take so many hits, they're, like, not worth killing. You don't get anything special for them. Also, they're, like, sentient creatures. Yeah, you know what? No killing Zoras. Maybe we're in his territory. Fairies when you don't need it. This game has no way to preserve fairies in a bottle the way that the later games do, so... Have we been in this guy? Was this guy an expensive merchant? Alright, here's the bridge. Oh, now I need that heart. Now I lost it. I want to check this cave. Hello? Meet the old man at the grave. Okay, so on this map, if I scroll this enough so you can see it, this blue screen off to the left with these little markers on it, those are tombstones. So meet the old man at the grave. Which actually, that's not forever far away from us, but I think we have to get through the Lost Woods first. I don't know how to do that. We can ask Saria? Okay. Meet the old man at the grave. You know what? We got a bunch of empty space up there. Meet the old man at the grave. Somewhere up there. Cool. That'll be for later. Let's go up and left and check that door per merchant. Oh, and I guess we've kind of like done this old lady now. I mean, hold on, phrasing. We've spoken to this old lady now. Okay, yeah, let's go up left and check that cave. There we go. All right. Hello? Ma'am? I mean, I don't want to like stab her. Look at her like silly happy face. It's like a itty bitty little like emoji happy face. Look, even Link doesn't look that happy. Link is just like angry. Okay. I'm sure that's gonna mean something later. So, didn't know about that one. Cool. Should we go to level 3? Let's check this cave all the way. Scroll to where you can see that, yeah. All the way the bottom left. Let's go check that cave right now, and then we'll come back and into level 3. I don't want to get lost in Lost Woods, because I think there's like a hint that'll help you through it. Not sure. Oh, well, okay, if you're gonna make killing all the enemies on the screen easy. Yeah. That one little half heart keeps me from shooting. Ooh. This area's a little hot. Oh no, pay me and I'll talk. Oh no. Great, so don't. Some of these, it's like you don't know how much you're gonna have to pay them and you have to keep guessing until you hit the right amount. I think we might as well start with 10. We go 10 and then 30, that'll be 90, and then we'll be too short to do 50. So do we do 30 and then 50? What if she talk at 10 or 30? Start in the middle with 30 and see if she'll talk. Oh, no, that's the right one. Go northwest, southwest to the Forest of Maze. I think these are the instructions to get through the Lost Woods. Right on time, right when we need them. Alright, so Lost Woods. Oh boy, I can't read that. North, west, south, west. See that? Even if you can see it, it doesn't help because you can't read it. Northwest, southwest. Alright, now, do we want to do the Lost Woods right now? I guess we could get to the graveyard, but I don't think we actually want to do it yet. No, let's go back and do dungeon level 3 first. Let's do that. I feel like we are rocking and rolling and making good progress. This is not a super long game, which is nice. As far as like old NES games go, this one is very hard and cryptic. but it's not super long, and a lot of the Zelda tropes get established here. So if you like the later Zelda games, there's a lot that's gonna like be interesting and fun, and you'll recognize. Great if I could get another part off one. Woo! Oh no. Oh no! Oh, very bad. Why did I do it? Don't do that. We're gonna mess with those guys after we're done on the dungeon. Alright, level 3. I got 5 hearts. 2 keys. Full up on bombs, that's good. Need to keep collecting rupees. I got a candle, if there are any dark rooms. Oh yeah, the boomerang just takes out the little ones instantly. So the first time I played this game, I really wanted to run into rooms like this, where I could tell that there was a pushable block and just immediately push it and ignore all the enemies, but that is not really a thing you can do. You have to kill all the enemies first. And I don't 100% know that any of these blocks are pushable. It looks like it does. No, I guess not, right? Ah! I did that to myself. I'm always like, ooh, I can hit multiple enemies at once. Okay. We're not stuck yet, so we'll keep going before I start bombing everything in sight. These guys. These guys are the worst. Are these on the map? Do they tell you what these are called? They don't. They only tell you overworld enemies. I think these guys are called Dark Nuts. They are bane of my existence. Also, they look like the first little like Pokemon guy you can catch in Ni no Kuni, which is called a Mite, M-I-T-E, and the Mite always reminded me of these guys. It's like a cute little like dumb-looking wall-eyed naked version of a Dark Nut. Go Google Mite Ni no Kuni. You'll see what I'm talking about. I need to kill all these guys? Do I get something if I kill all of them? It doesn't look like there's a pushable block, so I'm going to pass on it for now. That's an easy compass. I'm actually going to do this locked key door right now, because I've got plenty of keys. It's like off to the side. Now, if I kill these guys, it'll probably open up that door down there, so do it. You've got to hit them from the back or the side. Oh my god, I'm trapped. You've got to hit them from the back or the sides. They take a whole bunch of hits. They turn in random direction. Can I kill one of them, please? Oh! Oh. Oh, they're so rough. Alright, we probably want to try to take out those guys if we can. We're starting back with 3 hearts. Let's exit to a fairy fountain. Look, we can exit and go left 1 screen and then up 3, and I think we're at a fairy fountain. Let's do that. That is going to make this much less frustrating if I come back with 7 hearts. Of trying to play it on 3. Alright, hit me. Perfect. Okay, that was worth it. That was very good. Yeah, we gotta go try to do that room. There was something underneath. I don't know what it was, but there was something. Oh, that's a good throw. Okay, having the sword that shoots lasers is a good move on the Dark Nuts. If there are, like, obstacles you can get around behind, get between you and them, there kind of are. So we want to try to go to, like, the less populated side of the screen and just, like, start shooting. Now you immediately get trapped. Don't trap me. Double hit, that was good. Or we can take cover in the doorway. Do they go in there? I can't shoot or attack when I'm standing in the doorway. But if they don't path into me, that's fantastic. Nope! And he hit me. Alright. Now we just gotta fight him. Bombs I don't need. Maybe they're telling me I should use bombs on these guys. Oh. Gotta, like, catch him in a blast. Alright, surely I could take out one. Surely. They turn around! Okay, what is down through this doorway? Oh my lord. Just go. Yeah, we gotta see what's down here. Ah! Something we need. I have never... This is an overhead game. I have never understood how these rooms work. You can't walk up here. It makes you think that you're looking at like a 2D Mario-style view. But then, like, the keys can fly through brick wall. I don't know. I don't know how they're supposed to work. That is not a usable item, but that is the raft. I think that'll be the optional item for this dungeon, so we've got it early, which is great, since we might be going back to Dungeon 2 to find the optional item in there. Let's get out here. E? Sure, thank you. I don't think we need to kill all the enemies in here, but the enemies are really easy. Oh, I say that. Okay, the fuzzy balls. So, if you look in the middle of those fuzzy glowing balls, they're actually skulls. And when they hit you, they stop you from using your sword for like 15 seconds, which is a long time. Still use your boomerang so you can hit the keys. Oh boy. That's not gone well, and we get nothing for it. Okay. Cool. Cool. Wanna reset the dungeon? Reset the dungeon. Why not? Alright, 3 hearts. Let's try bombing a wall. This is so weird that you can only go in one direction from the starting room. Nope. Now I've only got 3 bombs, so... Do I kill these guys? I just need hearts so bad, you know? Look at him quivering at like 60 FPS. Alright, these bloopers do not seem to be dropping much, so I'm going to pass on them and keep going. Let's go up this. Well, that's a room. Gotta like hit it and back away. Okay, so we got 5 keys and 3 doors to go through. Let's go right first. Oh. Alright. Oh, it's the swastika dungeon. And we got the compass, so there's where the boss is. But there are lots of places to go that we have not been yet, so we need to probably go keep exploring. Or, well, we could fight the boss first and then come back and explore, except I'm about to die, so let's not do that. Let's go keep exploring. I've never been in the room to the left. Let's go there. I don't think I had to come in here. I think maybe I wasted a key. Oh well. Despite everything, we're doing okay on keys. Oh, he gave me bombs. That's good. That kind of retroactively makes that room worthwhile. Sure. Alright, let's take this upper branch. See, if the babies even, like, appeared in the same location as the parent, then you could time it better. They kind of, like, loop in random directions as soon as they spawn in. Okay, secret? Secret? Right? Hello, did you get the sword from the old man on top of the waterfall? No? No, I didn't. Is that a thing that I can do? Pause that a minute. Where's a waterfall? Here? So are we saying sword? Did you get the sword from the old man on top of the waterfall? I don't know how else to read that. That's a waterfall, I think. I don't know how to get through the Lost Hills, but we can come at it from this other direction. I don't think anything is blocking us from doing that, and we can get the sword. No, but hot tip. Thanks, Grandpa. Get away! Almost. Okay, well, so we've done everything except the little arm that goes straight to the boss. I think from here we want to exit, go to a fairy fountain, come back with full health, and then make a run on the boss. So use the special menu. Continue out to the start. Exit. Oh no! Oh, the music lagging too. Ooh. Already losing hearts. Alright, close enough. Dude, slow down. Alright. We are making a run on the boss. So, no fighting dark nuts for sure. Possibly no fighting anything. I can just kind of scootaloo on through. They're in my way though. They're all kinda in my way now. Hey there. Hey there, you guy. Let's go, okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill these guys. This is gonna be rough. Am I gonna need the bombs for this boss? Do I want to waste them on the dark nuts? I think we gotta try to do the dark nuts without bombs. Until we know, like, what we're dealing with. Which means it would have been really good if I'd come in here with full health to shoot these guys with. Okay, so maybe I could have used some bombs since I got some. Oh, that's good. That's a good setup. If they're right above the stone walkway and I can hit them through it. Kind of hard to catch up in time to do it. Do it down? No, only up. It's one of those weird geometry inconsistencies in this game. Like, you only move in 4 directions. But like your sword doesn't reach exactly one tile. It's like it's not actually tile-based. Your movement. More bombs! They are hinting that I'm gonna need to use bombs, I think. You can only carry 8. Okay. This is a boomerang. Sure. Boy, I picked the right time to get good with the boomerang. What was that? Alright, this is a bomb boss. Got him. I got that heart before I even knew what was happening. Cool. What are we at? 8? 8 hearts? This is fantastic news. Alright. Unfortunately, I think we want to check these statues before we move away from here. So, let's... That was bad timing. For it too soon and didn't stun him. Alright. Oh, I think you can tell whether it's going to be slow or fast based on how fast it blinks when it's coming to life. Like, slow. Fast. No, maybe the blink is just random? Not sure. Either way, okay. Nothing behind those. I think 3 dungeons is a pretty good haul for one evening, so I'm probably going to stop before too long. However, I have got to see this thing about the sword at the top of the waterfall. We have got to try that. And I think it's going to be faster for us to shortcut backwards if I use the special menu. So let's use the special menu, shortcut to the start. We're going to go right, up all the way, and then kind of around the corner and up the waterfall. So if you continue in a dungeon, you go to the start of the dungeon. If you continue in the overworld, you go to the start screen of the overworld. Oh, it did take all my hearts away. I should have just run. I should have just run. All our hearts are gone. And I don't know how hard the terrain is going to be going up there. We may want to divert to a fairy fountain. It's not too far out of the way. Go right and up to a fairy fountain. Cool. It is almost always worth diverting for health. It seems silly to do, because you get hearts here and there, but by the time you get up to even this many hearts... And I'm back down. Good. Up and around. Now we're going right and looking for a waterfall. Oh, these are the pachinko avalanches. Oh, these are so bad. The boulders just like skip left and right randomly, so they're really hard to anticipate. And you'll think you're far enough away, and then you'll just get a bad roll and they'll keep rolling straight towards you. It's a waterfall. Now, that's not an old man at the top of the waterfall, is it? It's like somebody behind a waterfall. Oh, maybe it's on the... I just went in here because I'm like used to video games. I need to go up the stairs to the right to get to the top of the waterfall. Alright, well let's talk to this lady first. Maybe I'll talk. Oh, okay. She's gonna be expensive. Go back in. No, I thought Start was gonna skip her dialogue. Nope. Go up the mountain ahead. Okay, this might be our hint for getting through the Lost Hills. Up. Okay, let's get to the top of the waterfall. Oh my... Excuse me. Stay there. There. Nope. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's... Nope. No more fighting. Oh, Master using it. And you can have this. But it's not the Master Sword. It's the white sword. There we go. Alright. No more wooden sword. We got a real sword. I think that they each go up 2 times in damage. So I think we do twice as much damage now, which is going to be hugely helpful, especially against the dang dark nuts, because I know that we're going to have to kill 57 more dark nuts. All right, well, this is great news. I am going to attempt to save the game. Actually, let's make sure that the game saves before we like totally leave out of here. I want to make sure that the game saves. I'm moderately worried about it, so let's do that. But then I'll probably end the stream. So I'm gonna hit up A on controller 2 to open special menu. To avoid damaging game info saved, hold in reset button as you turn power off. Boy, this worries me. Okay, so I'm gonna go to save, right? And I think that's like save and exit. Okay, that looks good. What does the 12 mean? How many rupees I have? I literally don't know what 12 means. Percent? 12%? Is that what they mean? Okay, so this looks good, but I want to make sure that even if we reset the game, that it's going to save our progress. We'll reset. Okay, so it's off. There's my gold cartridge. That's it. It's real. There it is. Okay. I'm going to carefully hold reset when I hit the power button, just like the instructions say. I don't know if that's necessary or if that's just a precaution to make sure you don't like hit the power while it's in the process of saving the game. But we are good. All right. Well, very first stream of the Zelda game. Thank you very much for watching. This is really fun. I love Zelda, and I've played most of the main games, but there are a whole lot of like in-between ones, and especially a lot of the mobile games I have not played at all. But I'm getting all of my different hardware set up so that I'm going to have access to play a lot more of those games and play them on original hardware. This is as original as you can get and stream, because, you know, I've got the NES RGB mod board in there, so it's, you know, one step away from original hardware because I've modded how it's outputting video. But other than that, we're on original hardware. This is the cartridge. These are the chips. And there's something I think is kind of fun about that. It feels like you've got a little piece of history and you've held on to it. I think that's fun. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.